Hello and welcome to the Ladies Best Life podcast. You are in for a treat today. I'm going to be talking to you about how to get in shape for your holiday and then how to not take a million backward steps whilst you're away. Now, this is probably not going to be the thing that you're expecting to hear. That's literally the same with all of my podcasts, isn't it? I'm not going to stand here and say to you, you need to drop down to 1,000 calories a month before. You need to run a mile every day. No, hun. You know me. I'm all about doing things in a way that's sustainable, doing things for the long term, not playing around in the finite games. I believe in the infinite games. So you saying, oh, I want to lose a stone for my holiday is a finite goal. That is something that you can literally say whether you've completed it or not in a month's time. What about after the holiday? What about when you no longer have a holiday to prepare for? You're just going to go back to eating shit and not looking after yourself? Because if so, this is not the podcast for you. I do not follow those trends, if you like. And I'm not on about you need to be in incredible shape 24/7. I actually think that's unsustainable for a lot of people. There are some genetic freaks who are in ridiculous shape and will be all year round. That is not for me. I think it's pretty unattainable whilst enjoying the lifestyle that I have, going out for cake, drinking red wine, which I am now drinking again. All those things. It depends what you value more, doesn't it? But one thing I do value is looking after yourself 24/7. And looking after yourself could be going out for a glass of red wine, but it's having that fierce level of compassion and being like, I can have one glass of red wine, but if I go 2 or 3, then I'm not going to be feeling my best tomorrow. And then that's actually not beneficial for me anymore. Like, people think these days that compassion is all about like giving yourself an excuse. That's not the case. Compassion, when it's fierce and correct, is about doing what your future self will thank you for. So the first thing I want to kind of put to you about getting in shape for holiday is why. Why? So you want to look good in your bikini. Okay, so if no one was going to be taking a photo, would you still be bothered? And if the answer is yes, why? Are you morbidly obese? Are you clinically obese? Have you completely let yourself go recently? Have you developed a poor relationship with food? There are so many different avenues to explore here, but often just going down the route of dieting hard and smashing yourself into the ground with exercise is not the way to go about it, because you will be back here again. So we need to start zooming out a little bit. Does your lifestyle create the physique, mindset, energy levels, confidence that you desire? Because if not, if like 340 days of the year, or however many that you want to kind of say, they're my days where I'm on it. If you're not aligned for the majority, you're just playing finite games and you'll be back here again. Because I could tell you, so you want to lose a stone for 6 weeks' time. You need to be in a deficit of 500 calories a day. You need to be drinking 2 liters of water, 5 portions of fruit and vegetables, times your body weight by 1.5, turn it into grams. That's how much protein you need. And you actually need to be increasing your steps as well to probably circa 10,000 per day. Who is you? And you might be able to be like, right, that's all I wanted. I'm now going to switch off. Grand. Okay, that's what you can go ahead and do. And I'll see you back here when you're looking for the next change or the next thing to do. But I'm really interested, and the women I work with don't give a fuck about that. They do not play the finite games. My women, our coaching club women, are all about being our best across the board for our entire life. We play that infinite purpose. And that's what it's all about. So that you can go on holiday at any time. Like, I'm going on holiday 2 weeks. I'm probably the biggest I've been all year, but I actually don't care because I feel so good. My energy levels are through the roof. My food preoccupancy is down. I have great clarity in my mind. And I've actually said to the girls I'm going with, I might not want my photos taken because I'm still going through a bit of a transition currently, where I've done a photo shoot where I was the smallest I've been for years. And now I've put on a little bit. Okay. And I actually really respect the fact that I've done that because I feel so much better. Dieting and small bodies doesn't actually mean it's inherently good. You know, you could be dieting, putting your body through serious amount of stress. Your period could be stopping. Your clarity's going, you're not sleeping well, you're starting to notice an impact on your relationships. There are so many different things that can be happening here because of the fact that you're dieting, but you just have this innate desire, not even innate, you just have this ridiculous desire to, oh, I must be a size 10 for that bikini. So I just want you to ask yourself why. If you haven't got a lifestyle that's in place that supports this, and you're not already in a good place with your food and your relationship with yourself, dieting is only going to send you further backwards. You will, of course, you'll succeed. Like everyone goes, oh, Slimming World worked, past tense. For me, yeah, it worked. That doesn't mean it is working. That doesn't mean it is the answer. We need to think about a way of life. So what I want to talk to you about now is on holiday, because a lot of people, so say for example, like a lot of my coaching club women are in impeccable shape. They're in really good shape. And we talk a lot about, so we're going on holiday. We have a few different avenues we can explore here too. One, go and fucking let your hair down. Go and just have a fucking good time. Don't worry about nutrients. Don't worry about all those things. Just go and have a good time. What that you like, if people opt for that, that usually suggests they've been too restrictive in the lead up to it, because they get there and they hit the fuck it button, they want to blow out. It can still be okay for you to do that though. Then there's the approach that we go. So some trainers will be like, oh, just have like either a dessert or a beer a day. I mean, like, great advice for those who are that sort of person. But for me, I'm like, no, if I want both, I'll fucking have both. And, you know, I'm cool with that. So you've got the end of the scale, which is hit the fuck it button, or you've got the fairly restrictive end of the scale, or you can come into the kind of middle ground. The unsexy middle ground is what I like to operate from. And I try and make it as sexy as possible, but I'm still working on that. So have 5 portions of fruit and veg a day. You like if you're anything like me, when you're on holiday, it's like salad heaven. You've got all these different bits and bobs that you can chuck in there. It's all fresh, and you can have some fresh fruit. Still have the donut, still have the croissant or whatever for breakfast, still have the glass of wine for your lunch and for your dinner, because you're on holiday. And if you're like me, you're a foodie and you love to explore it. But it's about like protecting that, because if you go on holiday and you hit the fuck it button, or even you just neglect your nutrients a bit, you're probably going to come back tired. You know, even just the idea of a principle, when you hit the principle of a holiday, when you hit the calm button, we then often feel the energy levels struggle to come back up anyway, you know, when you come back into normal life. So then by neglecting your nutrients at the same time, you're destined to come back feeling like shit. We don't want that. So 5 a day. Keep your water levels up. Obviously, the amount is 2 liters. If you're in a really hot country, you're going to need to go above that, you know, but you are a grown adult. Okay. Do what feels right for you. Always think it like at the point of thirst, right? So when you first feel thirsty, that's when we're a little bit dehydrated. So we need to make sure that we're not actually reaching the point of being thirsty. If we can, obviously sometimes we will, and that's okay. I came back from a walk the other night and I was like, oh, I literally felt like I'd eaten the desert. My mouth was so dry. And then I got a headache. But our body is great at telling us what we need, but sometimes we neglect that. The third thing is keep your NEAT. You know, NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Let's go get those steps in. For me on holiday, I love to get up and go for a pre-breakfast walk. I love to generate that hunger. I usually wake up at a hunger scale. So 10 is stuffed, 1 is starving. I probably wake up at about 6 usually, although today it was like a -10. I was ravenous. So on my walk in the morning, I'm basically going out to generate that hunger, just get your body moving, let yourself wake up, listen to the sea or whatever it could be. And then I will probably not really, like, depends what sort of holiday, but I generally won't really walk around too much then. I'll usually chill and sunbathe and read a book. Holidays are all about decompressing for me. And then in the evening, pre or post or both dinner, I will go out and go for another walk. And that's just preference. Okay. That's just what I like to do. I will train most days on holiday, but again, that's up to you and what you want to do. Training for me, some days will be 10 minutes, go in, get a bit of a pump in the biceps, leave. That's it. It's not because I'm not doing it for a physical gain. I'm doing it just for a bit of a mental stimulation, a bit of a, yeah, that feels good. You know, I've ticked something off and I feel great about it. So that's what I would say. So when you're on holiday, don't worry about counting your calories. Just think about nourishing yourself. Keep the vegetables coming in. Try and have protein with every meal. Keep the water up. If you are going to be drinking a lot, you need to maybe look at getting some, you can get those electrolyte drinks and stuff like that just to help support. And also the final point is be. I was speaking to one of my beautiful coaching club clients last week, and she was like, when I go away, I'm always sat on the beach scrolling through TikTok. And I was like, this is the hardest thing, because phones are the weapons of mass distraction. It's really easy to be pulled into the phone. So we need to look at, right, can I leave my phone in the room? Can I take a book with me? Can I smell, see, hear, use those senses? You've paid a lot of money to go on holiday, yet you're probably living in the highlight reel of everyone back home. So that's the most important thing for me. And this is what all of my clients, these high achieving, high striving women really struggle with, because we're all go, go, go. But we're really starting to flex the muscle of be. Relax, switch off, let your feminine creativity come out. You know, get into flow, dance, move, breathe, slow down. So probably different to what you expected, but I would love to know if it's been beneficial. Please give this episode and this whole show a follow, share it with your friends. The more people we can get in here, the better. And we are going to be bringing in some really spectacular guests to share with you their journey as well. Have an incredible day. Don't forget, if you need anything, hit me up on my social media channels. I am here to help. Take it easy.